I never liked wearing suits. Even though I started this bank 20 years ago, built it from a tiny office into a statewide chain, I was still just Elena at heart. I preferred comfortable jeans and a t-shirt. On this particular Tuesday, I looked worse than usual. I had spent the entire morning in my garden, digging up weeds and planting new roses. There was dirt under my fingernails, a smudge of mud on my cheek, and I was wearing an oversized, stained sweatshirt. But I needed cash quickly. My daughter's car had broken down, and the tow truck driver only took cash. I didn't think twice about walking into one of my own branches. It was the one on 4th Street, a branch I hadn't visited in over a year. When I pushed the heavy glass doors open, the cool air conditioning hit my sweaty face. It felt nice. The bank was quiet, just a few people in line. I walked up to the counter. The young woman behind the glass smiled at me. She looked kind. "Hello, how can I help you today?" she asked. "Hi," I said, reaching into my messy bag to find my ID and debit card. "I just need to make a withdrawal. $200. Before the young woman could take my card, a shadow fell over us. "Is there a problem here, Sarah?" a voice boomed. I looked up. A tall man in a sharp, expensive suit was standing behind the teller. He had a shiny name tag that read Brad, branch manager. He wasn't looking at Sarah. He was staring at me. His eyes scanned me from my muddy boots to my messy hair. He curled his lip in disgust. "No problem, sir," Sarah said nervously. "This lady just wants to make a withdrawal." Brad laughed. It was a cruel, short sound. "A withdrawal? Does she even have an account here? Or is she just looking for a handout?" My face went hot. It wasn't anger at first. It was pure shock. "Excuse me," I said. "I have an account. I'm just trying to get some cash for a tow truck." Brad walked around the counter and stood in the lobby, blocking my way. He crossed his arms. "Look, we run a respectable business here. We don't want people like you loitering in the lobby, smelling like dirt. It disturbs the real customers." "People like me?" I asked, my voice shaking a little. "I am a customer." "I doubt that," he sneered. "And if you do have $10 in an account, you can get it from the ATM outside. Get out. You're making the place look bad." "Sir," Sarah the teller piped up, her voice trembling, "I have her card right here. Her name is Elena." "I don't care what her name is," Brad shouted, making everyone in the bank jump. "I am the manager, and I am telling her to leave. Before I call security." My shock turned into a cold, hard knot in my stomach. This was my bank. I wrote the mission statement. I chose the logo. I built this place on the idea that everyone deserves respect, whether they have $1 million or $10. "You're going to kick me out because of my clothes?" I asked quietly. "I'm kicking you out because you don't belong here," he spat. He pointed at the door. "Go." I took a deep breath. I didn't scream. I didn't shout. I just reached into my back pocket and pulled out my phone. "Who are you calling?" "The police." Brad mocked me. "Go ahead." I dialed a number I knew by heart. The regional director, Mark. "Hello." Mark answered on the first ring. "Mark, it's Elena," I said, keeping my eyes locked on Brad. "Elena." "Hi. Is everything okay?" "No. I'm at the 4th Street branch." The manager here is refusing me service. He says I look like trash and I'm disturbing the real customers." There was a long silence on the phone. Then, Mark's voice went deadly serious. "Put him on." Brad looked confused now. His arrogance was starting to crack. "Who is that?" he asked. "It's for you," I said, holding the phone out. Brad hesitated, then grabbed the phone. "This is Brad, branch manager." "Who is this?" I watched the color drain from his face. It started at his chin and went all the way up to his hairline. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. He started to shake. "Yes, sir. But she... I didn't know. I thought..." Brad stammered. He looked at me with pure terror in his eyes. "Yes, I understand." He handed the phone back to me with a trembling hand. I put the phone to my ear. "Mark." "He's done, Elena," Mark said. "I told him to pack his box and leave immediately." "I'm so sorry." "Thanks, Mark." I hung up. The silence in the bank was heavy. Everyone was watching. Brad looked like he was about to cry. The power was gone. The arrogance was gone. He was just a man who had made a terrible mistake. "You're fired," I said simply. "Pack your things." "Please," he whispered. "I have a mortgage." "I didn't know it was you." "That's the problem, Brad," I said, my voice thick with emotion. "You shouldn't have treated me with respect because I'm the CEO. You should have treated me with respect because I'm a human being. If I were just a gardener, would I deserve to be humiliated? You don't belong in my bank." He hung his head and walked away toward his office. I turned back to the counter. Sarah was wide-eyed, holding her hand over her mouth. "I'm sorry you had to see that, Sarah," I said gently. You're really her," she whispered. "The owner." "I am," I smiled tiredly. "And you tried to help me. You did your job well. Thank you." I finally withdrew my $200. Walking back out into the hot sun, I didn't feel triumphant. I felt sad. It hurt to know that people like Brad existed in a place I built. But as I got into my car, I knew I had done the right thing. Dignity isn't about what you wear, it's about how you treat people. And today, I made sure my bank remembered that.